Who is going to buy Manchester United and who is going to be the new owner of the club?
Welcome to Football Gossip about Manchester United. Here's where you get the daily news, match analysis, and latest updates about Manchester United. Now, if you need to reach channel, please do the subscribe, like, and leave a comment below of what you think.
Hey guys, Manchester United owner the Glazers are set to sell the club after over a decade after buying the club, and there are some prospect buyers in the club like the Arab from Qatar and billionaires and UK billionaires and British billionaires and some of these prospect buyers for the club, and we're going to get into who is finally going to buy the club. You know, the owners, Glazers, want to sell the club for a usually significantly big amount of money, almost $6 billion. So it got to be something between this UK billionaire or the Qatar government or Saudi Arabia company that's going to buy this club, because the club is actually expensive. And if this deal go through, it's going to be like the most expensive club buyout in Europe and in history. So the owners I want to sell this club. The Glazers, I want to sell this club after a long spell at the club, and some of the fans are just complaining that this club needs to be sold over some years now. And Glazers over the years have been having a hard time selling the club. They don't want to sell the club because they're making a lot of money from the club. But now they have no choice but to sell the club. This is just coming after Cristiano Ronaldo left the club like a couple of months ago, and the owners want to sell the club. We are going to dive into the owners from the Qatar company, the Saudi company, and the UK billionaire who is going to sell the club. Now, even UEFA haven't involved in this. You know that Saudi Arabia has bought Saudi Arabia companies in Saudi have bought Newcastle, and they're also the ones that owns Man City. You know, the oil money. So I think Manchester United might be one of those clubs so that maybe the Saudi company or the Qatar company are going to buy in there. So might it just stay by a British billionaire? It might just be a British billionaire. We never can tell. So in this club buyout, the club is almost priced at $6 billion, guys. $6 billion, like $6 billion. That's the price. That's not actually the net worth of the club. The club is actually worth like $2 billion. And UEFA seems to give Qatar the green light to take over Manchester United, despite the apparent conflict of interest it could cause in the Champions League, given the Qatar Sports Investment on PLG. So you all know that the Qatar Sports Investment, they own PLG already. So they own PLG, and UEFA have really like given the green light that the Qatar Council, this Qatar company, Sport Investment can also buy Manchester United, and that is making Manchester United and PSG having the same owners. That means PSG and Manchester United will be owned by the same company, the Qatar Sports Investment. So UEFA has already given the green light, so we might be seeing a move, because this Qatar Sports Investment, they have the money to buy Manchester United. Like $6 billion is nothing to them. They can just cash out the $6 billion and just buy, even with no ease. So Qatar Sports Investment and this Saudi counterpart has a more easier route of buying Manchester United. You all know that the old owners, the Glazers, bought Manchester United. They didn't buy it like when you buy a club. They bought the club on loan. Yeah, they bought the club. They didn't pay the full price of buying the club. So this Qatar might just pay the full $6 billion or 6 point something, or the money that the Glazers are asking for, and it's very easy for them because they own PSG. So this Qatar Sports Investment might just be running two clubs side by side in the Champions League. That is one owner owning two clubs in the Champions League. So PSG and Manchester United might just be sharing the same owners. So that's just it. And Manchester United fans, the prospect of Qatari money rebuilding Old Trafford and regenerating the land around it will provide important political momentum in the UK, as it will be a key government aim in leveling up communities. So you all know that Manchester United players and the managers and the workers around the club have been complaining about the facilities in the club. They're also talking about renovating the stadiums, and also talking about renovating the workout facilities, and even Cristiano Ronaldo said the facilities were old and stuff. So Qatar Sport Investment buying this club will be a very big boost of the club because they are going to change the stadium, they are going to change the sport facilities, and are going to renovate each and every facilities, infrastructures around the club, and it will be very good development for Manchester. Now, Qatar investor linked to the country royal family could make big for Manchester United. The investors have registered their interest with Ren Group, who wants bid in the by next week. Now, Gloria family announced in November they are open to selling the club or seek new investors. So by February this month, we might be seeing the buying of the club. It might be during May, it might be during April, it might be during the summer. So we don't know when this bid is going to drop. But the Glazers are ready to receive a bid, and I believe by ending of the season or before the new season begins, the bid will be dropped if the right amount of money comes in. So that's just the stuff right there. Now you all know that the Canadian investors are linked to the country's royal family, and they could just bid for it. They could just bid for it, and so this Qatar investment buying the club, Qatar investment company buying the club, sport investment company buying the club, we just bring a lot of infrastructures to the club and just bring something new that fans are asking for, which 10 years of Grizzlies they haven't been able to provide. Over 10 years of the Grizzlies ownership, the Grizzlies they haven't been able to provide. And the fans can't just wait to have a new owner right now. They don't care about any of the owner, but someone who has the owner in the art, you can see clubs like PSG really doing well. They need owner. The fans are asking for owners who can spend the money, because the Grizzlies, it's not that they don't spend the money, they do spend the money. If you check this season 2022, and 2000 like 10 years back, you see that Chelsea and Manchester United, Man City are like the top buyers when it comes to players. So the club Grizzlies do buy players, they do spend the money, but not as much as Manchester United want them to spend the money. Manchester United fans want them to want the owners to buy the best players, no matter the amount of money, to buy the world class players, to buy world players, and but Grizzlies are refusing to do it. Yes, they have bought some expensive players like Pogba in the past. They bought Maguire in the past, but not necessarily some big spendings like you see in PSG, where PSG buying Messi and buying Neymar in those big transfers. They have been consistent in buying a big transfer. And Manchester United wants to be one of those clubs who are consistent in buying these big players, making these big moves for players that can attract the club and bring the club to its past glory, because the club, they haven't won any trophy in the last 5+ years. I think it's like 5+ years or something. So they haven't won any trophy, and they haven't won the Premier League in over 10 years now. And it's something to worry about, because the club needs to go back to its former glory, and they need to start spending money, because if you don't spend money, you're going to end up like Liverpool. Like Sir Jim Ratcliffe Company INEOS has officially entered the bidding by Manchester United. Sky Sport News has confirmed a story first published by the Times that Ratcliffe, one of the Bristol's richest men, wants to complete the usage of the Premier League club. Now, you all know Ratcliffe, right? Now, Ratcliffe is a billionaire in the UK. He's like one of the closest prospects, top 3 prospects that's going to buy United, that can buy United. He has the money. Now, he wanted to buy Chelsea when Roman Abramovich put up Chelsea in for sales. Wanted to buy Chelsea for sales. He wanted when Chelsea was on sale, but the deal didn't go through. But Ratcliffe is now bidding to buy Manchester United. And I don't know, but for me, I think Ratcliffe would be like the perfect buyer of the club, because he has the money to spend. He's in the UK, so he knows the tradition of the club. He knows the fans. He can connect with the desires of the club. It's not just some investors who just wants to come and make money off the club, but he's going to spend money. And you all know this is not the first time. Ratcliffe, he has been like 5-6 years now. He wants to buy United, but it has never been this clear ever. Manchester United owners Glazer have never come out openly to put the club for sale, and they have never come out openly to put the club on sale. This is the closest they have come out openly to put the club on sale, and Ratcliffe is seen as an opportunity to buy the club now, and he is a fan of the club. For you that didn't know, he is a fan of the club. He's a fan of the club. He has been a fan of the club, so it's like buying your own club. That's what Ratcliffe wants to do now because he is a fan and he will have more desires like to see the club vision, and he would like to bring the club back to where the club was, because Manchester United are the most decorated alongside Liverpool, most decorated English club in history, winning just less than one trophy um, behind Liverpool, and more Premier League trophies, 20 Premier League trophies, and the club needs to go back to its former glory. So Ratcliffe buying the club will really bring the club back to its former glory. Literally at this moment, any of these buyers who buy the club, whether it's a Qatari sports investment company or it's Ratcliffe in his with his INEOS company, will be a very great move for Manchester United, because they are going to be spending the money and are going to renovate those infrastructures and those stadiums that the fans are asking for. And the Grizzlies are going to go back to the other investments in America. You all know that the Grizzlies, they are American investors. The Grizzlies, they are not UK. They are not from the UK. They are American investors, and they bought Manchester United off credit. It's not even full. They didn't buy it like when you buy a property. For you that didn't know. So it was with time that they bought the club completely. So this will be a very good move for Manchester United. Tell me down in the comment section below what you think would be the best move, would be the best organization, the best company, or the best person to buy this club right now. You as a fan, you must have some things you want. Do you want Manchester United to share the same ownership with the Grizzlies, with PSG? Like, do you want the PSG owners at Manchester United? Do you want them to splash the money at Manchester United, or you want someone from the UK, or you want the Saudi government, Saudi company, or you want Ratcliffe to just buy the club and just push the club as a individual owner? Because if Ratcliffe buy the company, it would be like an individual, but when the Qatar sport investment buy it, is like a company. So tell me down in the comment section below who you think is most likely to buy the club. What do you think? And leave a comment below, let me see it. Just leave a comment below, let me see it. Now this just broke out, Manchester United with a new coach. They're going through a building phase with everything and coming in, and the club is like trying to win the first trophy in this 2022-2023 season. They have a final against Newcastle on the 27th on February this month for the Carabao Cup. They are also in the FA Cup. They are in the Europa League, and they are somehow in the Premier League also, just 8 points, 11 points off Arsenal. And the club is in the building phase and hoping likely to win the first trophy after almost 5 years. I think when Mourinho left the club back in 2007, so almost 6 years, I think. So the club is in the building phase, and the new owners will just be the driving force that will boost every tank squad, bringing in new players, selling off the old woods, those in the club. Some of those players are overpaid, and bringing those players that deserve salaries, and just bring that innovation around the club. You all know that Manchester United they are still like making money. Like, is like Ronaldo called Manchester United a commercial club. He called like the owners don't care about the club; they just want to make money off the club. Mourinho also called Manchester United a commercial club. So me especially, I think Ratcliffe would be like the best owner. Ratcliffe would be like the best owner of the club. Now, two private groups from Saudi Arabia are set to enter the bid to buy the company. Yeah. Now we have talked about Qatar investment sports investment company. We talked about Ratcliffe, and now is two private company from Saudi Arabia are set to buy the company. Like, this is serious for real, man. Like, the big boys, the big companies are coming to buy Manchester United, and this Saudi Arabia clubs, the private clubs, they are coming to buy the club. private companies are coming to buy the club. It will also be a big one because Saudi Arabia, they have the money to spend. The Saudi Arabia Sports Investments already have the Newcastle, they own Newcastle United. So they might just buy Manchester United, which means they own two clubs, the Premier League, Newcastle and Manchester United go end in end. It will be a double for the Newcastle are also looking like a prospect to go to the Champions League this season if they make it to the top four. So the Saudi Arabia Cup, they just might just add Manchester United to the list of clubs, the Saudi Arabia company, and that would be very good to see. You can see the transformation from Newcastle after the new owners took over, and they've just been the players are doing well. The confidence is coming back to the club after decades and decades. Newcastle club is like there's a revival there. The players they are bringing in new players, they are bringing in fresh legs. So Manchester United fans are urging for that um, new energy, and it won't be bad. It won't be bad if the Saudis buy the club. It won't be bad. Fans, I know that some fans want the Saudis to buy the club because they have the money to spend and they have the money to take care of all those expenses and stuff. And it will not be bad sharing. There might be some issue with the fans, but it will not be bad because sharing the same ownership with Newcastle United, Manchester United and Newcastle sharing the same ownership, it will not be bad either because they have the money to spend and take care of the two clubs they have. This company, the company that owns Newcastle United, is worth over 368 billion. So come on, like there's no amount of infrastructure that will be worth more than that money. So they have the money to spend off the club. So it's very to see these three investors, the Qatari Sport Investment, the Saudi Arabia private company, and Sam Ratcliffe. And now these are not just the only prospects willing to buy the club. There are others too. There are others. There was a rumor that Apple was going to buy the club, but Apple debunked that rumor. We never can tell. Maybe an American owners can just come up. Maybe Elon Musk can just make a bid. There was a rumor, but Elon Musk also debunked it that he's not going to buy any sports team. But we don't know. It might not be any of these three that I just mentioned. It might not be the Qatar company. It might not be the Saudi company. It might not be even Sam Ratcliffe. It might not be any of them, but it might just be an American company. It might be Apple. It might be Jeff Bezos. No, I'm joking. It might be Elon Musk. It might be anybody. It might be Donald Trump. No, I'm still joking. But anybody, it might be anybody of this team. Just tell me what you think. Leave a comment below, and please subscribe to the channel for more updates. I'll be updating you on the state of the club. Any news drop by, I'll be updating you. Please do to subscribe, like this video. If you watch this video to this moment and to this please do to subscribe, watch this video, turn on that notification so if I drop any update, you're going to see my new update about the process of Manchester United. And when Manchester United is bought, this is the first channel you're going to hear that news from. Gospel Football, this is the first channel you're going to hear. I'm going to follow you all the G's, all the D's involved, all the partners, all the prospect buyers that are going to buy Manchester United, the amount they're going to buy it for, and all the terms and conditions. When it happens, the minute it happens, I'm going to update you. So turn on your notification button, subscribe, leave a comment below, tell me if you like this video, and tell me what you think of these videos. Subscribe, and please, thanks for watching the video from the beginning to now. Manchester United prospect buyers, please do it to subscribe, and please, thank you for watching this video, and just subscribe, hit that notification button, and don't forget to share this video. Thank you.